The Springhill Massacre was a shooting incident which claimed 5 lives on the 9th of July 1972 in the Springhill estate in West Belfast, Northern Ireland. 3 civilians and 2 members of Fianna Éireann were shot dead by British Army snipers firing from a timber yard. Background: the Northern Ireland Troubles had been raging for 3 years and hundreds had already been killed by the 2 warring factions in Northern Ireland. Irish Republicans wanting unification with the Republic of Ireland, and Unionists, including Ulster Loyalists and the British Army. Violence had been taking place all day and the 5 dead were part of 10 people killed that day. The shootings, residents and IRA version of events. According to a provisional Irish Republican Army statement on the 10th of July, British Army snipers took up sniping positions in Corrie's timber yard and reinforced them with sandbags. 2 cars pulled into Springhill and the snipers fired 2 shots at them. One of the cars fled while the other drove a short distance and stopped. The occupants got out and the snipers opened fire again. One occupant was shot in the back of the head and was seriously wounded. A resident rushed to help the injured man but was immediately shot in the arm, and this man's brother and a friend ran to the downed occupant but both were shot by the snipers. At some point during this time a 13-year-old girl was fatally shot by the snipers. The parish priest and a passerby rushed to her but a sniper killed both with a single bullet that passed through both the heads. All the victims were unarmed. British version of events. The British Army disputed this version of events and claimed its troops were fired on first by the IRA, ending a temporary IRA ceasefire. A British Army spokesman stated, "There has been a heavy exchange of fire between the IRA and troops. Some of the dead and wounded were undoubtedly caught in the crossfire." On the 10th of July, the British Army claimed that it had killed terrorists. An open verdict was recorded at the inquest into the events. The deceased: Margaret Gargan, 13, shot in the head. John Dougal, 16, shot in the chest. David McCafferty, 15, shot in the chest. Patrick Butler, 39, shot in the head. Father Noel Fitzpatrick, 40, shot in the neck. The wounded: Martin Dudley, shot in the back of the head. Brian Pettigrew, shot in the arm. Impact: in May 2005, Michael Norman, a former Coldstream Guardsman and Special Air Service trooper, was found shot in the stomach in his car in London, with photographs of certain incidents in which he had been involved. He later told colleagues at Sandhurst, where he was an instructor, that he was on an IRA hit list. His ex-wife said that she did not believe Norman committed suicide, although she added that he never told her that he was on an IRA list. On Sunday, the 13th of March 2016, the publisher of the book Killing for Britain alleged on his blog that Mike Norman was the military contact named Mike who was a central character in the KFB book. Post-publication, we believe we found Mike. Warrant Officer Michael Norman was a sniper of exceptionally high skill to the point that he ended up a sniper instructor at Warminster. He had served in Ireland during the period covered in the book. He was 62 years old in 2005, making him late 20s early 30s in the early 1970s. From northeast England, he'd spent time in Ireland as a child where his family had land in Roscommon. It joined the Coldstream Guards, as other Geordies had done. Michael Norman was an anonymous witness called by the Bloody Sunday Inquiry, surely only because he was there on that fateful day. Michael Norman had in his possession photographs relating to the Springhill Massacre when he was found shot dead in his car not far from a police station in Hounslow in April 2005, around 6 to 8 months after it met the author in Ayr, Scotland, in an effort to dissuade him from writing his book. Detectives initially suspected foul play. Scotland Yard took over the investigation, reportedly due to the sensitive nature of Mike Norman's work in Ireland. His death was eventually ruled suicide. Initial reports stated that a 9mm pistol was found in the car when the body was discovered. However, a police source told us in 2010 that the weapon was actually a shotgun which had been registered to Mike Norman and that had shot himself in the stomach. The same source stated that there had been no photos of the Springhill Massacre in the car at the time, contrary to initial reports on the public record. The source added that Norman had become quite unstable in later life. It seemed the source might be trying to discredit Norman.